just a random, totally random, not related to my problem at all, hypothetical question. Is there a book out there that would make you break your book buying ban? Just curious. Just curious. Or, alternatively, if you were on a book buying ban and you read a really good book that you, let's say you already owned, like you bought the first book in a series and you already own it, and you read the book and you fall in love, like one of the greatest books you've read in a long time. Do you go and buy the second book in this series? Do you buy the third book? Do you buy the rest of the series by any chance? Or do you stick to that book buying ban and not buy anything? These are just questions I'm going to leave with you before we get into this video. Now that I've broached the subject, let's talk books. Hi, I'm Kay. Welcome and welcome back. I bought some books. And when I say I bought some books, this is a terrible idea. I bought some books. I bought some books. Do you think this is a thumbnail? Should this be at the thumbnail? Okay, cool, we got a thumbnail. Okay, let's get into it. I'm not going to summarize all of these because, I mean, at this point, you know, I go into books not knowing what they're about. I buy books. I'm one of those terrible, horrible people who buy books based solely off of the cover or recommendations from other people. Sometimes, maybe, occasionally, okay? Okay, so let's just get right into it. Where do I even want to start? Ooh, okay. So the first book that I bought is going to be Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. Anyways, so Bloodmarked is the second book in a projected trilogy. The last book in the trilogy is set to come out in 2025, but this is the sequel to Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. And it is a Knights of the Round Table retelling, and Legendborn got 5 stars. It's the first 5-star read of, not this, Legendborn was the first 5-star read of 2024. So we love that for Kayla diversifying her reading. Her first BIPOC book being a 5-star read. Slay. So yes, Bloodmarked. It continues the story of Bree, Sel, and Nick, who are all a part of the Legendborn secret society. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say so that I don't spoil it, but it is so good. If you like the Knights of the Round Table, if you liked the show Merlin, which, I mean, who didn't? Consider reading this series, because it's good. So the second book that I bought, My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Backman. This is about a 7-year-old girl who is strange and doesn't have any friends outside of her 77-year-old grandmother. This book is about her grandmother passing away and leaving her a stack of letters to give to all of the people that her grandmother wronged in her life. It was on a table at Barnes & Noble that said, curl up with a book and a box of tissues or something like that. So I'm expecting some tears, okay? Barnes & Noble, if I don't cry reading this, I want my money back, okay? That's what I've got. The third book is going to be The Manning Tree Witches by A.K. Blakemore. I have no idea what this is about. I bought it at the end of the year because I wanted to read a book about witches that wasn't smutty romance and that was kind of spooky. I was thinking, like, did you ever read The Circle by, who even wrote that? The lady that wrote the Vampire Diaries, L.J. Smith, maybe? No, I think that's wrong. I pulled that out of my ass. Don't quote me. But like the circle was kind of like dark almost, but like teen drama dark, you know? I'm hoping this is that, but actually dark and spooky. And so yeah, I have no idea what it's about, but it has something to do with witch hunting and witches. That's what I've got. It was buy one, get one 50% off. I need to take the sticker off. Don't judge me. Or do, whatever. The next book that I got this with the Manning Tree Witches, also buy one, get one 50% off. So yeah, this is called Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Betsterica, I think. Yeah. And it's a translation, guys. If I read this and I read Beartown, or actually, I imagine if this is by the same guy that wrote Beartown, that my grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry, that's also a translation. So if I read any of those 3 books, I hit my translation goal. So that'd be cool. Anyways, so this book is about the world essentially running out of like livestock, and the ultimate decision that is made by the governing bodies of the world is to do cannibalism. And so some people are labeled prey and some people are not. But this book follows a guy who is like a butcher, and so essentially his job is to murder people so that they can be sold in grocery stores. This book has been on my shelf for about a month now and I haven't read it. I wonder why. I'll get there. I'm trying to do the scaly book thing. I don't know, okay? I don't know. We'll try. So now I'm just gonna fix my little tower that I'm using so that I can continue to use it. And we'll put these books at the bottom because we've already talked about them. Awesome, and now I've got a new stack of books to talk about. The next book that I bought, before I talk about it, something that I don't like about this book, who the fuck decided to put permanent stickers on books? Who thought that was the right idea? Because it's not, okay? It's simply not. Anyways, this is Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I hate myself for even doing that. Why did I not look up how to say his name? I don't know, but I didn't and I'm stuck with it. So basically, this book is a letter to the author's son about the current standings and issues in the world. That's what I've got. I've heard it's really good. I saw it and I bought it, and it was not cheap, so I hope it's good. That's what I've got for that. The next book that I bought, Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. No idea what this is about. I like the cover. God, I'm so unhinged sometimes. Anyways, the next book that I bought, Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed. Now, this book, I got nothing. I heard it's kind of spooky and that it's about spooky witches. Sense a pattern here. I was looking for spooky witch books and I found some. Actually, I didn't find anything. My husband picked out the 2 spooky witch books. I said, I want books about witches that are spooky. And he said, challenge accepted. Because normally he just wanders around Barnes & Noble aimlessly while I spend all of our money. And so he took this idea and something to do and scurried off. And he came back with 2 books. And so I bought them both because I love him. The next book that I got, Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. Okay, so I did not read the back of this book. I know this book because of a TikTok that I saw that was a review of the movie that this book is based off, or that a movie that is based off of this book. Sorry. And so, based off of that, let me tell you what this book is about. This book is about a section of the world that has, I don't know, radiation, something. Basically, people can't go there because strange things happen. Everyone that goes there, like, dies, maybe, or one person came back, but then they, like, unalived themselves, and so people don't go there. But, like, these 4 scientists, doctor people, whatever, go there. They're all women, and they say, let's do this. So they go in, and then the land and the animals there that have evolved and changed due to, I don't know, the radiation, I'm assuming is what caused it, that might not even exist in the book, and attack them every chance that they get. And so that's what this book is about. Yeah. I don't know. It's a trilogy, actually. So this is the first one. It's a tiny book, and it was expensive, too. Like, that was something that I noticed, okay? The publishing industry, so fucking racist, which, like, I already knew, but, like, I don't, like, pay attention to things, obviously. I'm working on it. But so this tiny-ass motherfucking book, $16 by some white dude, right? This book, bigger book, fantastic book. I'm not saying this book isn't fantastic. I don't know. I've never read it. This is Legendborn. I have read it. It is fantastic. Absolutely amazing. $13.99. Are you kidding me? The next book that I'm going to talk about by Neil Gaiman. Actually, I have 2 books by Neil Gaiman. Both of them are tiny as a motherfucker. $18.99 a piece. $13.99? Get out of here with your racism, my guy. That's all I got to say. But then I also wonder, I don't know how much say an author gets in the pricing of their book, but maybe Tracy just wants their book to be more accessible, and so if it's cheaper, more people can purchase it. Because $18 or $18.99 for fucking 130 pages, 170 pages, is like, are you kidding me? 10 cents a page? 10 cents a page. Sounds like I'm printing at my college. Anyways. Yeah, so the next 2 books I'm going to talk about together. I'm going to be honest with you. I got these books solely because of a book haul that I watched from Kalila D. She, back a few months ago, went to New York to the Barnes & Noble there, and she bought these 2 books. The line, the movie, scares the ever-loving shit out of me. Like, I'm a baby. The first time I saw it in theaters, I literally cried, okay? And so I imagine this will be more terrifying than the movie was. And so Neil Gaiman's got a second book that's supposed to be, if you like this, you like this, is what Kalila was told. And I was like, sign me up. Why don't I can just cry myself to sleep. Why wouldn't I do it again? Why wouldn't I do it again? You know? So Coraline, if you don't know, is about a girl who moves to a new house with her parents, and she discovers like a door, and when she climbs the door, it is to like a mirror realm, and in this mirror realm she has like a mom and a dad who look the exact same as her actual parents, but they have buttons for eyes, which is something. And basically everything is perfect. In the real world, her parents don't necessarily pay attention to her. I'm going based off of the movie for this, by the way. I didn't read the back of the book. And she like is overall just like having not a great time. Her parents aren't super well off, so she doesn't always get the things that she wants, you know, the usual. And in this mirror world, her parents give her so much attention, and she does get things that she wants, and so she enjoys it. But things take a turn for the worse because they want her to become a part of the mirror world, which means they want to sew buttons into her eyes, and that's terrifying. So it looks like this book is about a guy who goes back to his hometown to attend a funeral, and while there, he's drawn into a place that was once thriving off of magic and monsters. So kind of spooky, but maybe not that spooky. Okay, next. The next book that I bought, What Makes the... Nope. I don't know how to read, in case you didn't know. What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. What can I say about this book? I don't know what it's about. There isn't a synopsis. What I do know is that on the back, someone sneaks into a house that doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there, but he's going because he was summoned. And it was in the horror book section. And I guess I hate myself, so I got it. Let's go. Okay, I've got 2 more books. 2 more. Iron Flame. I've heard it's absolutely terrible. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. What can I say about it? It's the sequel to Fourth Wing, and Fourth Wing was predictable as a motherfucker. And I gave it 4 stars, I think, the first time I read it, or the only time I read it. Thinking back on it now, not 4 stars. But I gave it 4 stars, so I'm not one to change my rating after the fact, so it gets to keep it. Lucky Rebecca, because it's got a higher rating on Goodreads now. She's welcome. This is the sequel. What can I tell you? This continues the story of Violet and her 2 dragons, because she's that bitch, okay? She's just found out that the rebellion is alive and that her mother is actually the bad guy. Ooh. Spoiler. I'm gonna mark that this is spoilers at the beginning, okay? And then I'll mark when it's gone so I don't spoil it. What else? Her brother's alive. And so this is continuing that. Also, she's pissed at her not boyfriend thing because he's a rebel, and she defended him not being a rebel when he is one. I mean, she's kind of a rebel now too, though, so I don't know why she cares so much. I mean, I guess she could not be a rebel, but I'm pretty sure she is. So, like, I don't know why it matters, but it does, I guess. So I don't know if I'm gonna read it. It might have just been one of those times when I waste my money on a series I never read. Who's to say? But yeah, Iron Flame. The last book. Been waiting forever for it. Oh my God. Yes. That was aggressive. I'm sorry. Crescent City 3. House of Flame and Shadow by Miss Sarah J. Maas herself. Oh my God. Let's go. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to find out what's going on in this. I am not even going to attempt to explain what this book is about. It's the 3rd book in I don't know, is it supposed to be a saga? I have no idea. It's the 3rd book in the Crescent City series, is what I'll give you. And it does indeed contain information from the other 2 series that Sarah J. Maas has written. ACOTAR, or A Court of Thorns and Roses, right? Yeah. And the Throne of Glass series. I read Throne of Glass back in like middle school. Haven't read it again. I don't really care to. I think I remember probably most of it. Probably. And ACOTAR, I'm obsessed with. So there's that. Combining it's called the Maasverse, if you haven't been made aware. All of the Maasverse is connected. You can't read this series without having read the other ones. You kind of can. Like, you'd be fine, the individual characters up until, like, they're unrelated outside of maybe, like, races of fae and stuff, but mostly unrelated, and you'd be fine reading the first 2 without it. But then there's some stuff that you absolutely need, at the very least ACOTAR, but probably also Throne of Glass, in order to understand anything past, like, the 2nd book in this series / the end of the 2nd book of this series and this one. You need that information. And so I'm not even going to attempt to explain what this is about. If you know, you know. And if you don't, well, you've got like 40 books to read to catch up. I cannot wait to read this. I will be doing a reading vlog. It will be probably the longest video I will ever make. I'm excited for it. I'm probably going to wait until spring break, because I did just start school again, and I don't have time right now to read all 835 pages of this and record my reactions in real time. But when I make it, you'll be the first to know. Yeah, so that's my book haul. I know, it was a lot. I'm sorry. You should tell me if there's any other books that I should buy now that my book buying ban has been broken. It's too late. There's no going back. So let's just say it and spend all the money we've got on books, right? Don't tell my husband I said that, please. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, give it a like. You should subscribe for more absolutely unhinged content like this, because it will just keep coming. I promise. But y'all have a fantastic day. Bye.